2012, the beginning of the end of the evil and darkness that's in our world. There's a school of thought that 2012 is going to be bringing a lot of destruction, darkness, and evil to our world. But what I propose is that actually that's what's here already. And some of this is disguised in very shiny packages that we don't think of as negative or bad or evil. I know evil seems like kind of a strong word. But, I just had to say a few things about a situation that I thought was completely absurd, ridiculous, and I don't understand why it's being allowed. And that was Beyonce and her husband Jay-Z, I think that's his name, had a child, and supposedly there was just going to be such havoc with the media at the hospital that they bought the hospital out so that the patients were moved to another facility, I guess, so that they were the only ones occupying the hospital, them and their doctors, to have the delivery of their baby, and that this cost $1.5 million. And perhaps in the years to come, there will be, I believe, huge changes in our world. It will seem like destruction and darkness. However, things, common sense says things need to break down before something new is built. And that's obvious. We can see that here, right? With a building, it needs, something is infested, if something is not working anymore, if something is broken down and not serving what is here in a way that's best for all, it has to be eliminated. So things, I believe, will occur. The systems of the world will break down, and there will be a period that seems very dark and tragic. But hopefully then ridiculous situations like this couple, this special couple that have these huge privileges because they have money, hopefully this kind of nonsense will end and it won't be accepted allowed anymore. Now they deserve to have a safe place to have their baby born with proper care, of course, equally to anyone else. But what a ridiculous waste of money. $1.5 million could have been perhaps just given to that hospital, not to pay for other patients being moved. Well, I mean, even that is ridiculous. I mean, these are sick people and they move them somewhere else. I remember when I was very ill, when I had my appendix out, I was shocked at how even just a little movement, how disturbing it was and how very painful it was. So they moved, I don't know how many patients out of this hospital, and of course had to pay for all the staff. So this is the cost, and I think it's appalling that we just accept and allow this. Another thing that was brought to mind was a lot of movie stars adopt children and, are seen as so wonderful to do this. The sad truth is that, some of these children may have been in a situation where they did not have parents. Perhaps they were orphaned. And in itself, I don't think it's a bad thing. However, I just think that it's, again, because of money that this kind of thing happens. Because they have the money. There are several couples that would like to adopt, but they don't have the money that it takes through the different ineffective government systems in the world. It seems to me that there are many families who would like to adopt, and sometimes if they have the money, they go through the black market. But it takes years, or they're just not able to do it. But these couples have a lot of money, these movie stars. And as well, some of the babies that are being adopted do have parents. Just a minute. I don't know what happened there. But because of a lack of money or the country they're born into, the situation they're born into, they don't have the money available to bring them up in a functioning home. They don't have the health care. They don't have the education. And they have to give their children up. It's almost like selling them to rich movie stars in the United States. Very sad. And I know this kind of thing occurs because I've spoken to many nannies in Toronto, where I'm from, over the years, over many years. And a lot of these, particularly the Filipino nannies, I know that they're very grateful for their jobs and they're wonderful. They take care of the children just wonderfully. They're very loving. But they have little children of their own or growing children of their own, and they have to leave their country to come here and look after other people's children. And that's very sad. And, they don't talk about it. I asked a number of them about it over the years. And that's why I know about that situation. So, I don't mean to pick on these movie star singers in particular. It's the whole system. If I had the talent, would I do the same, and had several millions of dollars, and would I be the same? I can't say that I wouldn't be the same. Perhaps I would. So I'm not particularly judging those people. Just that it's the money system. It's the systems that we have in place, government systems, the Hollywood system of specialness, and we equate beauty to specialness. We equate talent to specialness, and we reward it as such. And it feeds into the gross inequality that is prevalent everywhere in the world. Another example would be Angelina Jolie. Again, not picking on her in particular. And I know she's doing some really good work in different third world countries all over the world, and she has adopted a number of children. I saw some article calling her a one-woman show in this area. She's doing so much. But again, wrapped in a very shiny package, and she has the means, doesn't she? To stand out and to stand out as such a benevolent person. Again, I'm not picking on her in particular. She's an example. She's doing what she feels is the best thing to do for her in her life right now. However, there are lots of people who would like to be in that situation. Money is freedom to move, to cause movement, to open doors, to give you money to travel, to have an entourage, to have the time and the health, and the opportunity to reach out and help some children. And I'm really hoping, again, it's a shiny package, and she is a one-woman show in that she can affect a few lives, and that's great. But what I'm suggesting and what I'm advocating is that if 2012 does bring destruction, then perhaps it will seem dark, but I'm hoping that once the wreckage is cleared, then we can rebuild, and rebuild in a way that is best for all, which means all have a dignified life, all have the opportunity to travel, to be educated, to enjoy, to express themselves creatively, to be able to share their gifts, the freedom of movement, and not just some, not specialness. Specialness is evil. It definitely is. We're all one and equal here. We're all human beings. No one is more special than the other. So either all specialness or no special needs. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing, isn't it? It's that we're all equal human beings here. And hopefully, whatever happens in the future, we can rebuild in a way that is best for all, starting with 2020. It's already happening. We can see it happening in the world. Please investigate equalmoney.org. And I've put some links in the information section or comment section of this blog, so please check them out. equalmoney.org. Thank you.